Now your window is about the same width as the door that we took out, so we can use some of the rough opening. Now on each side of the rough opening you have a jack stud and a king stud, and they support a header above. What we need to do is build a wall that's going to go below the window. Now I cut all the pieces and I'll start putting it together, but first let me show you here. This is a rabbet cut right here. The reason I made that rabbet cut is so we don't have to worry about disturbing or cutting your existing tile or the subfloor that comes into the opening slightly. So I'm just going to bridge right over that with the rabbet. Now I'm going to lay my sill plate in place and I'm going to line it up with the existing sill plate, and we're going to nail it down. All right, that's the sill. Now, we're going to have to support our sill that's going to go underneath the window, and for that, I've cut some cripple studs. I'm using a cordless nailer to shoot 3.5 inch 16 penny framing nails. Next thing, I want to put a sill plate in for under the window. And I'm actually going to place 2 in. 2 reasons. It stiffens the wall up, but it also gives you plenty of structure to nail your trim in later on. Okay, the next thing we need to do is put the sheathing on the outside wall. Now this green coating on the plywood here actually protects the building against moisture during construction, but it also is an air barrier, so it does the same thing as a house wrap. The only thing you have to do is tape the seams. Well, Steve, it looks like we might get a little bit of rain. We have to hurry up and install this tar paper. It's actually a soft window flashing for down each side. All right, now we'll just trim off the excess.
So what's this for, Tom?
Well, if any water should come in between the window and the siding, the water will hit the flashing and run down the entire wall and exit at the bottom. All right, here's your new window. It's a wood window with a vinyl clad on it and a nailing flange. Now, before I put it in the opening, I want to run a good thick bead of caulking right here because that's going to be our flashing for the top of the window. Because we're going to slide the top nailing flange under the existing siding, I'm putting caulking on the outside of the nailing flange. Now on the wall, I'll run a bead of caulking down each side and across the bottom, and that will be behind the nailing flange. Now we got to get that flange in behind the siding. Tell me how it is.
Looks good.
All right, now I'm going to push it to you. Are you up all the way?
Yeah.
All right. Push it in tight. Okay, so now I want to center the window in the opening. The easy way to do it is push it all the way to the right and put a pencil mark. Now I'm going to push it all the way to the left, and now I got to put a mark right between the edge of the window and my mark, and right there I'll slide the window to that mark and it will be centered. Right there. Now we have to check the window to see if it's plumb. We put a level on it. All right, this side of the window has to go up a little, Steve.
How's that, Tom?
That's perfect. Now I'm going to nail it off. All right, Steve?
Yeah.
All right, now that nail will hold it in place, and I'll nail off the rest of the window. I'm nailing the window into place using 1.5 inch galvanized roofing nails, and I'm nailing into the existing holes of the flange about every 6 inches. All right, Steve, what you have here is a picture window, which means that the sash doesn't move. The sash is actually attached to the jamb, so the jamb is nice and solid. Because of that, we don't have to shim the jamb, but we do have to insulate around the perimeter using expanding foam. This is minimally expanding foam made just for doors and windows. All right, Steve, I think my work is done in here. All you have to do is insulate under the window and put a vapor barrier and then trim around the window.
I think I can handle that.
Okay.
But what about outside?
Well, let's go outside and look. Well, Steve, it looks like we finished up just in time. The rain is coming down, but your window is weather tight, and all you have left to do is a couple of pieces of siding on each side and then infill the bottom.